Hey guys, and welcome to another video. In this one, I'm going to be showing you the top 5 mining gold farms in World of Warcraft. Before we get into it, I'd recommend getting 2 add-ons, GatherMate 2 and GatherMate 2 Data. Now what this add-on does is that it will show you the exact spawn locations for every single mining node in the game. You need both of the add-ons to make it work, and it will show the nodes on your big map, and it also shows them on your mini map. Now this will make mining a lot easier. Now starting off with the very first farm is going to be the Arcane Crystal farm. Now this is located right here, and you want to just basically fly around the full map, and you want to be mining the Ethereum ore. Now when you do this, you'll have a chance at getting an Arcane Crystal every single time that you mine Ethereum ore. So just follow my route, and you want to go all the way around the outside of this zone and constantly farm the thorium ore. Now the thorium ore isn't worth basically anything, but what is the arcane crystals. That is what you're going to be making all your gold from doing this farm. And now this is a very good farm, and you can make upwards of 20k gold per hour from doing this. You can get around like 50 arcane crystals. And now what I recommend doing is having maxed out classic mining. So you want to have 300 classic mining, because the higher your mining is, the more of a chance that you'll get of getting an arcane crystal. Now sometimes you can even get super lucky and get 2 crystals in one mining node, but that is super rare. Now when doing this, you should expect to see an arcane crystal every few mining nodes that you do. So every lap that you go around the whole location, you should be seeing at least 1 or 2 arcane crystals dropping from there. Now moving on to the next farm, which is going to be the Fell Iron Ore farm. Now this is located in Hellfire Peninsula, which is a TBC zone location. So you want to head over and follow this exact route. Now Fell Iron sells really good. You also get a bunch of different motes that can be turned into primals, and they sell really good on the auction house also. But the majority of the gold is going to be coming from the Fell Iron Ore. Now when you're doing this farm, you're obviously going to be getting more than just one ore every single time you mine a node, so it really adds up very quickly. Now I would recommend checking the auction house before doing this farm and any of these farms, and just checking the price of the ores and just seeing that it is worth doing at the time, because the prices of the ores do go up and down all the time, and on the NA they're different to the EU. So what I recommend doing is just checking the auction house and seeing which one of these 5 mining farms have the best price on the auction house, and then you can go out and you can do that farm. But this is a very good farm. There's a lot of mining nodes very close to each other, so it doesn't take long whatsoever before you have a whole heap of Fell Iron Ore in your bags. Now you also will be getting the different motes. You can get all the different motes from doing this, and the motes are then turned into primals, and primals are used in a bunch of classic crafts and professions like enchanting and things like that, to actually do a bunch of different things. So they have a really good sell rate. And same with the Fell Iron Ore, this will be selling very quickly. You should have it sold all within a few hours if you are the cheapest price on the auction house and don't get undercut. You'll see these go off the auction house extremely quickly. As you can see, we just got 10 motes of fire. We clicked on that, and that turned it into 1 primal fire. Now I recommend selling the primals over the motes. They just get a bit better price, and they're a lot easier to sell overall. But you can still sell the motes if they have a better price, whichever one of the two have a better price. So it takes 10 motes to turn into 1 primal. So just check the prices, see which one is more profitable, and then you can turn it into a primal or keep them as motes. Now moving on to the next farm, this is going to be the Corium farm. Now you want to go over to Nagram. Now this is that location right here that I have circled, and this is a rare mining node. So this is what it looks like, and basically what you want to do is fly around the whole zone, and you'll have a chance of having one of these nodes up at a time. So the best way to do this is to be on a druid best way to do all these farms would to be on a druid and you fly around. But there's a trick that you can do with this specific farm, and if you're in a group, you can have the whole group circling around this zone. When they find one of these ores, they can tell each other in the party chat that we've just found a corium ore, a corium node, and so everyone will fly over to that location, and then everyone mines it at the exact same time, and then everyone goes out and starts looking for the next one. So you want to fly around this whole zone. They can spawn anywhere along this zone. They do show up on the mini map with GatherMate 2, so you can just fly around and you can target them specifically, or you can go around just mining and herbing, and when you come across one, it's extra gold. Moving on to the next farm, and this is the Elementium farm in Twilight Highlands. So you just want to follow the route that I have up on the screen at the moment. Now this is a very good farm. They sell really good on the auction house and they have a decent price, but the main good thing about this is that you're going to be farming a lot of these per hour. You also have chances at getting some of the volatiles that drop from this zone, so they also sell really good on the auction house too. But the main gold will be coming from the Elementium ore, that is for sure when you're doing this farm. Now, like I said, you just want to follow my route around this whole location. It's a bit jaggedy and goes here and there, but as long as you have GatherMate 2, you pretty much just want to follow the row of mining nodes. If you look on my minimap right now, the red circles are where mining nodes are located, and then obviously you're tracking mining. So when there is one to find, it will show up as a yellow mining node, and then you can just go ahead and get it. Now this add-on is extremely useful when you are doing mining, farming, and herbalism and fishing, basically all the gathering, the gathering skills in the game. You're going to want GatherMate 2 and GatherMate 2 data to feed it the data. But as you can see, you always get more than like one. You get a bunch every single time that you mine these, anywhere up to like 6 at a time, and they sell really good on the auction house. This is one of my go-to mining farms. It's very easy to do once you get the route down pat, and it can make a lot of steady gold for you. Moving on to the fifth and final farm, and that is going to be mining for cobalt. This is in Zoldrak, and you want to follow the route that I have up on the screen right now. Now, when you're doing this farm, you don't want to be picking up any herbalism nodes whatsoever. You just want to stick to the cobalt. Now this is a bit of a slower seller than the others, however it's on the region-wide auction house and it does sell a lot, just it's not as good seller as the other ones. But the upside of this farm is that it's normally worth a lot more than all the other mining nodes. As you can see, we just got 4, which was worth 147 gold from one mining node. We got another 4 for the same price. We just got 7 for 258. So you can see how quickly it really adds up when you're doing this farm. Now I would recommend doing these on a druid, especially this one, just so you don't have to go in and out of flight form to actually, well, you have to, but you have instant flight form. You don't have to go and cast into mount and waste 3 seconds. You can just instant flight form and go very quickly. Now with this farm, you basically want to stick around the outside of the map, but you want to make sure that you don't miss any of the nodes right in the middle. And if you have herbalism, I wouldn't even worry about doing herbalism. The herbs here aren't worth too much. I'll just stick to focusing on getting the cobalt. This stuff does sell on the auction house for a lot of gold. On the NA right now, it's a very good farm to do, and you can make a lot of gold from this. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite mining gold farm is, or which of the mining gold farms have you made the most amount of gold, and in what expansion. Let me know. I would love to know down in the comments. However guys, I think this is going to be the end of the video. So that is the top 5 mining gold farms that I recommend doing in World of Warcraft to make the most amount of gold. If you would like to learn more about making gold in retail World of Warcraft, you can check out my complete gold making guide. This is a guide that I constantly update, and if you get a copy one time, you'll have a lifetime worth of free updates. So every time new content comes out, like a new patch or a new expansion, I update the guide and I send it out to your email completely for free, the updated version. So it's basically a lifetime thing. And that was it for today's video. If you did enjoy, hit the thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.